In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a crochet shamrock. The smaller one is made using 3mm braided cord, and this larger one is made using 5mm braided cord. And the larger one can be used as whatever you want. I prefer to use it as a trivet, and the smaller one is to be used as a coaster. For this tutorial, I'm using 3mm braided cord in the color Avocado. This is from Bobini, and I'm using a 6mm crochet hook. So to get started, we are going to create a magic circle. So I'm going to lay the end of the cord on the underside of my hand like so. I'm going to bring it around to the right hand side. Now I'm going to turn my hand over and I'm going to cross over to the left. And then I'm going to bring that back around and then secure it under my thumb to hold it in place. So now I'm going to take my crochet hook and I'm going to go underneath this cord that's on the right, the top part here, and then it's going to go over the cord that's on the left. I'm going to grab it, I'm going to pull it under, twist, and slide that loop on my hook. Now I'm going to bring my finger underneath and just secure it in place so I can remove my hand. And I'm going to chain one. So I'm going to yarn over and pull through. And that's going to secure it in place. So the tail of your cord should be on the left-hand side. And now into this magic circle, we are going to do 6 single crochets. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my hook, it's going to go into the circle. I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop, so I now have 2 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over again and pull through both those loops. So let's do it again. Insert my hook into the circle, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. And then go ahead if you need to close the circle a little bit. I find it's easier to work into the circle when it's smaller. And we're going to do 4 more single crochets. Okay, so go ahead and count your single crochets by counting the V's here that are on the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're going to close the circle by pulling on the tail. And I'm going to close the round with a slip stitch. So I'm going to pull on my working cord here because I want this loop that's on my hook to be nice and tight. So I'm going to insert my hook into the top of that first single crochet. I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to pull through and then pull through again. And now I'm going to chain 1, and that is going to be the start of our second round. So for the second round, we're going to be doing 2 half double crochets into every single stitch around. So to do that, we're going to yarn over. We're going to go into that first stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. So I should now have a total of 3 loops on my hook. So I'm going to yarn over and now I'm going to pull through all 3. So let's do that again into the same exact stitch. Yarn over, insert my hook, yarn over, so 3 loops here, and yarn over and pull through all 3. Now we're going to work into the next stitch and we're going to do 2 half double crochets. And now we're going to keep on going around all the way to the end. So you should have a total of 12 half double crochets when you get back to the start. Okay, so I've made it all the way back around and I do have a little bit of a gap right here. That's not a big deal. I'm going to close it when I close this round. If your gap is huge, then it's because when you closed that first round, it's because the loop on your hook was too big. So make sure that it stays small. So I'm going to close the round the same exact way that I did the first round. And so I'm going to tighten up, have that small loop on my hook. I'm going to go into the top of the first half double crochet, and again, you can tighten up the loop that's on the hook here, so that way you know it's nice and tight, and then pull through and pull through again. Okay, so now we are going to start our third round, which is also the round that we start shaping the leaves of the shamrock. So we're going to start with chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now into that same exact stitch, we're going to do a treble crochet. So to do so, I'm going to yarn over twice. Now I'm going to insert my hook into that same stitch, and I'm going to yarn over and pull up that loop. So I now have a total of 4 loops on my hook. So I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to pull through the first 2 loops. So now I have 3 loops on my hook. So I'm going to yarn over again and pull through the next 2. So now I'm left with just 2 loops, and I'm going to yarn over one last time, and I'm going to pull through both. So now we're going to do that again into the next stitch. We're going to do 2 treble crochets. So yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through the last 2. So again, into that same stitch, yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, now into the next stitch, we're first going to do a half treble, or not a half treble, we're going to do a half double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, so we have 3, yarn over and pull through all 3. Now into that same stitch, we're going to do a treble crochet. So yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so now into the next stitch, 2 treble crochet. And another one. Okay, so now we're going to finish up this first leaf of the shamrock here. So I'm going to chain 3. 1, oops, 2, 3. And now I'm going to do a slip stitch into the next stitch here. So I'm going to go into that stitch, I'm going to yarn over and pull through, and then pull through that loop that was on my hook. And now we're going to start the second leaf here, and we're going to do it the same exact way that we just did the first leaf. So into this first stitch that I'm already in, I'm going to first chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and now treble crochet into that same stitch. Okay, now into the next stitch, 2 treble crochet. And another one. Okay, into the next stitch, we're going to do a half double crochet and then a treble crochet. Into the next stitch, 2 treble crochet. Okay, and now chain 3. And now a slip stitch into the next stitch. And chain 3. And then we're just repeating the same thing again. So treble crochet. And then 2 treble crochet. Then a half double and a treble. And then 2 treble crochet into the last stitch here. Okay, now chain 3. And now we are going to slip stitch into this stitch right here. And now we're ready to do the stem. So we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now into the chains here, we're going to do 5 slip stitches. So that's 1 slip stitch into each stitch, but we're skipping the first one. That's why we're going to end up with 5. So into that second chain, we're going to insert our hook, grab that cord, pull through, and then pull through again, and again, slip stitch. Oops. Okay, next one. And into the last stitch here. Now with this last stitch, I'm just going to pull that loop a little bit longer, grab my scissors, I'm going to snip off the end, and now I'm just going to pull that all the way through. And I'm going to grab my darning needle, and we're going to finish this up. So I'm going to thread the needle here. And adjust that stem. And so to finish this off, what I'm first going to do is I am going to go underneath this stitch right here and pull that through. And now I'm going to put my needle through this stitch here. And then just pull so it's nice and snug. That way the stem is secure. And now I'm going to turn it over. So to make sure that my stem is nice and secure, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to weave in my ends, but I'm going to go into the stem just a little bit. So I like to go first underneath this stitch here. Now underneath this one. And under this one. Now we're gonna go under this one here. We're just gonna bring it back under here. And back under the stitch here. So that way I know that my stem is nice and secure. And now I'm just going to work underneath these stitches right here. And then back the other way. and then snip off the excess cord. And now we're going to weave in the end from the magic circle. What I like to do is just pull on that tail one last time so that way the circle is nice and tight. And of course, thread the darning needle and then just go underneath these stitches to just secure in the ends. Then snip off the excess. Then turn our shamrock over and make any sort of adjustments that you would like. And now we have our crochet shamrock. I hope that you found this tutorial very helpful. Thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more crochet tutorials.